Brightest Blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess here. I hope everyone is doing well this week. This is going to be a great follow-up video for those of you who are new to the Twin Flame journey, and you might have caught the Twin Flame recognition video that I just uploaded last week. And I have to tell you, I've been guided to do some videos for those who are newly awakening, and that's for a very good reason, because many out there are. Many out there are awakening to this journey, and I just feel really, really strongly about being able to share some information that will help you, perhaps help you avoid some of the pitfalls on this journey, and maybe help unconfuse you, or help clarify things, or validate experiences for you. We're going to get to that. This video is about validation, about twin flames, new twin flames seeking validation. Okay? And I feel like this is a really, really important one, guys, because what does a new twin flame do when all of this is happening? I gotta find out. I gotta find out. I gotta find out. I gotta figure out. I gotta go find. What is this? It happens. It happened to me. It happens. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about some of the pros and the cons with seeking validation. Okay. And for those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Maybe you were guided to click on this video. Maybe someone shared it with you. However you found this channel, I welcome you here. I'm hoping perhaps there's something that you can get from this video or from perhaps other videos. And my name's Elizabeth. I'm a psychic medium, professional psychic medium, divine channeler, and a remote spirit extractor specialist. I do plenty of work with twin flames. My work is not limited to twin flames, but I do a lot of channeled sessions, a lot of medium work for twin flames, and that includes bringing in the twin flame's higher self in a very direct way. And so I have been guided to do a lot of twin flame work, and I'm really, really happy and blessed that I have been doing that, because I know from being on this journey just how important this journey is. So I want to be able to be a support system as much as I can. With this video, I am just going to explain to you, if it doesn't resonate with you, some things, that's fine. If all of it does, fantastic. We're going to talk about that. But always, whatever feels good to you, take it with you. The rest, you don't need to take with you. So hopefully you do resonate with the information on this video. A lot of what I'm going to be talking about are things that I went through personally as an authentic twin flame, which I'm always going to mention that I am an authentic divine twin flame on this journey for a number of years. I'm on the union path, and I had to go through a lot of the same stages as you. If you are not brand new to this, if you have been on the journey, you understand what I mean. For a new twin flame, I've been there with awakening for the first time and not really understanding what was happening within me, what I was feeling, what I was thinking, and all that. So I think I'm going to start off with that, kind of like where we left off in the other video. When you recognize that something is happening here, and you're feeling all of this intensity within you for another person, and you're feeling just these emotions that are quite like nothing you've ever felt before, and it's really scary to feel things on that type of level, as well as constantly have someone sitting in your mind, and it's hard to concentrate during your day. It's hard to focus. It feels like it's an interference in your life. Sometimes you wish for it to go away, and I'm talking about new twin flames. You feel like, oh my God, I gotta stop this. I don't want this connection. Maybe I can do a cord cutting ceremony, or somehow ask my guides to take this away. I don't want this, and all of that can happen. And that's all due to the misunderstanding of this, the fear of what's happening within you, which, believe me, if you're not a twin flame, there's no one that could really understand that. And I'm going to be talking about that as well. And so when this happens, normally what the new twin flame will do is want to seek outside validation, okay? Normally. And if you do try to seek the inner validation first, kudos to you for that. But normally, even if you do, you still have that mistrust, and you want to, go and try to get information on what you're experiencing, so that way it helps to clarify it better for you, so you can understand it. So that's what happens, with a twin flame. It gets to be so much, whether you are trying to shut it off, or whether you're just like, okay, well, this is given to me, so what do I do with this? But it's very overwhelming, so you try to seek help, right? Anything that's overwhelming, you try to seek help for. I don't know how great that sounded. I didn't really mean for it to come out that way, but you know what I mean. You're trying to seek clarification on this, so that way it's settled. It feels better within you. You can be settled on that and peaceful with it, and just say, okay, what's the next step? So a lot of people turn to YouTube. A lot of people turn to YouTube. I was one of them when I woke up to this journey. And lo and behold, there are tons and tons. Now there is. When I woke up, you can find hardly anything. I had to rely all within, with my journey, I had to go within. But now it's a great thing. But of course, there's another side of it too when seeking validation. There's so much. There's so many different teachers and healers and things, and so many people these days have videos. They have channels that are for twin flames, and it's like, well, who do I turn to? Who do I believe? What's true? What's not? And what I want to say to you about that is that, first of all, it comes down to resonation. You have to resonate with somebody who's giving you that information, the person themselves. And I think a great way of doing that is asking your team, scanning that person, and asking, is this a being of love and light, someone to resonate with? Is this for the highest good? This person that, is it within the highest good, rather, that I listen to this video and listen to this information? Because unfortunately, it pays to mention that not everyone in the twin flame community is of love and light, and I'm not going to draw attention to that, but it's just something to realize. It's something to know, because this is such a huge, huge, huge journey. This is going to be changing the world by leaps and bounds, and already has gotten started with that. That you just have to be careful as to who jumps on the bandwagon, and if they are authentic, and if they are divine, okay? And that's not to install any type of fear, but I always keep it real, because I do the clearing work, and I have gone through the pitfalls of, being exposed to, what isn't love and light, okay? And so it's really important that you ask your spiritual team to guide you on that, and really ask if this person who I clicked on or I want to work with, who represents the twin flame community, and their reader and their healer and all that, are they for my highest good? Is this being of love and light? So I would definitely ask your team that. I think that's a very smart thing to do, to use discernment in that way, just to keep it real, like I said, because there's a lot of different energies, and there's a lot of different people out there, and you just want to be careful. Definitely want to be careful. Also, to, if you are listening to a video and there's some things that just are not resonating with you, some of that information may not be relevant to your journey. So I know there's a lot of people who do card readings and things like that. And, some of that, there may not be a message for you in every single thing that person says. Maybe there's one thing that is relevant to your journey that your guides wanted you to listen to know about. So be aware of that. You have to resonate with the information. And if you are getting information that is not sitting well with you, it's not peaceful within you, you feel uncomfortable with it, you just feel mistrusting of it, then it's not for you. And many times it's not truth. So be aware of that. Pay attention to how you're feeling. Pay attention to your senses, okay? Because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of information. Also, too, I know when I first, was awakened to this, that because it was hard for me to trust it at first, that I became a little bit too dependent on looking up videos and looking up information to validate my experiences. And this is something to watch out for. There's a balance there that I wanted to bring up. Because on one hand, it's a great thing. And a lot of times the divine will guide you to a person's YouTube channel, or to information that you find on a website, because that information is for you. You were meant to find it. And I know this is true because I've had people tell me, my team guided me to you, and I'm so glad that I found you, and I resonate with you, and I love your energy. And so that's a beautiful thing. That often does happen. And I love that. I love how the universe works like that. On the other hand, though, if you are getting to the point where you are not having that inner validation, okay, you are not trusting your journey, you're not trusting what you're feeling, what you're receiving from your guides, so much so that you're becoming anxious and needing, depending on other sources of information on the outside, that a lot of times can make things worse. It really can get you more anxious than you were before. So in other words, like say if you were new to Twin Flame and you got triggered by something, because you haven't gone through the healing work yet, the transformation, and you're still getting those triggers to release and to purge things, then you may get into this fear mode where, oh my gosh, now I don't know if this is true anymore. I thought it was, but maybe it's really not. And you get into this quick, anxious type of energetic state, and you're frantically, let me know if this is you out there, leave me a comment, but if you're frantically looking for videos constantly, like, oh my God, I gotta find something so that way I know that this is true again. I really, really, really encourage you to try your best to breathe, step back, shut it off, come into your meditation space, okay? Find that stillness within. Let go of that anxious energy. Work with Archangel Michael to release that. He was a great archangel in terms of cutting you free of negative energy. And ask the divine, however you view the divine, source, the universe, mother, father, God, however you view divinity. And ask them, to validate for you what the truth is for you. Okay? I encourage you to do this. It's really important. So there's outside validation, but remember that the best validator, and I'm going to probably say this a few times during this video because it's so important to mention, but the best validator for this journey is in here. It's in here. It's not in the outside world. As much as I love what I do and I love being able to revalidate, there he goes, a revalidation, but it's so, so, so important to know that if you are having these experiences and this is like nothing that you've ever experienced before and it's changing your life and you can't get away from it, and I mean like you can't cut away that energy, that intensity is always there, that inner voice from this other person is there, you're going through this, then you're a twin flame. You're a twin flame. You're absolutely a twin flame. And if you take the time, and it's definitely worth it that you do, to get into your meditation space when you feel like you're getting too anxious and you're getting, too addicted to finding information to validate you, take the time to connect with your team, your spiritual team. Ask them those questions. And guarantee you'll receive those answers in ways that are going to be best for you. So it depends on your abilities. So some of you may visually see something in your third eye that your guides give you. Some may just feel it as an empath. Some may get the information that knowing is claircognizance. Wherever your abilities lie, your spiritual team is going to be able to validate for you. But the thing is, it's up to you to be able to trust what you're receiving. That's the thing. And I think that a lot of people on this journey, when they start off and everything feels very chaotic and they just don't understand what's happening to them, naturally, it's about having someone else validate their experiences. Again, just use your discernment on that. And I'm just mentioning this because I know a lot of people do get caught up in that. And it's really a very good thing to be able to keep that in check and balance. Because if you're constantly looking for information, it takes up so much of your time. It gets you very desperate. It puts you in that desperation mode. I'm desperate to find my answers because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Even though I'm receiving these types of things, I feel like I'm wrong, and I'm desperate to go find as many videos as I can, compare the videos, all that. So just try to catch yourself if you are doing that. Another thing that comes up, oh my gosh, and I've been telling people that I was going to do a video on this, and this is something I'm definitely putting in here, and it's about getting readings from psychics and mediums or psychic medium to be able to validate your twin flame journey. You got to be really careful about this, really careful. Although some things, though, I feel like are a part of your learning lessons, so perhaps, but I wanted to just put this information out there in case this has happened. Maybe it'll help you to understand it better, or maybe you've thought about doing this, and maybe this will kind of make you think before contacting someone for a reading. Some things to think about. Again, it's about using discernment. But what I have found on this journey, when I had gone to, now there's a lot, I just want to say this because I want to make sure I'm clarifying this, that there are a lot of gifted psychics and a lot of gifted mediums out there. And of course, reality, some not so much. But I have learned personally, so you can let me know in the comments, that if I was looking for validation, that if I was going to a regular psychic or regular medium who was not a twin flame themselves, and I was seeking information, what I have found is that a lot of times the information was not resonating with me. And I was told by, a couple different psychics and mediums, information that I knew I didn't resonate with. I've heard that, this is not your twin. And I've heard from, other mediums, oh, well, it is, but, we wouldn't recommend you being on the journey. It's very stormy and chaotic. Many times it doesn't work out. So if it doesn't work out, then, just let it go and find someone else and yada, yada, yada. And I've also been told, some lies, and from psychics and mediums, and from what I knew from my team, from what I felt, that the people that were lying to me about my journey were not beings of love and light giving the readings. So when I give this information, this is from personal experience, guys, so maybe some of you have already gone through this. But I'm putting it out there in case it may help somebody. So I find this is that when you are looking to have a revalidation, let's say that, because the first validator is really you, to get things revalidated or reconfirmed, it really, really, really pays to get that type of reading done by someone who is a twin flame themselves, who is on the journey. It really does. Why? Because a twin flame really understands resonates. They're on this divine journey themselves. They get it. Twin flames, all twin flames have incredible levels of abilities. Not that others don't, but twin flames have those abilities. They naturally have the healing abilities and the psychic abilities that they bring here. It really, really pays to get that type of channeling work or reading work done by someone who's on the twin flame journey. Because I have found personally that going to a regular psychic, whether it be a tarot reader or a regular medium, that the information is not always going to be the best validator. Okay, a lot of times I've gotten opinion with readings. I've gotten the ego, and I didn't appreciate it because I'm the best validator for my journey. And the things that I knew that I was picking up from my team, I wanted to have it revalidated. I wanted to have it heard by someone else. So at that time, when I was new to this journey, that's what felt good. So even though I had the abilities, I just wanted to, because it's a lot in the head, it's a lot in the heart, and I wanted to be able to have that experience and have someone else on the outside revalidate. Fair enough. But when I went to regular psychics and regular mediums, either they picked up on it, but they really weren't helpful and really clarifying the journey for me. They weren't good at all or couldn't connect with my twin's higher self. Or I got a lot of vague information or straight out just lies. Things like, find somebody else, if it doesn't work out, which does not apply to the twin flame journey whatsoever, because for anyone who is new to this, if you signed up for this journey, listen, this is really important. If you have signed up for this journey, then you're on the journey, and you're on the journey to see it through, which would be the physical part of it, the physical union of it. We have the energetic union, which is the most important, and that preparation, that merging of the energies, those things have to happen. And then once that's in place, okay, so there's a lot of healing that's going on when this is happening, which is why psychics and mediums, they color it in a very negative way. Okay, they regurgitate a lot of information. Okay, and it's the healing aspects of it, the purging, the intensity of all that, the transformations, okay? That's why they give it a negative spin. But those do have to take place. They do. They take place on the journey when you're dealing with your beloved, who is your mirror. And that happens in order to prepare that energetic connection for physical embodiment. Hope I didn't lose you. But that is what it's about. It's about preparing that energetic connection for the physical embodiment. So to someone who is not on the journey, who is not a twin flame themselves, from their outside point of view, their ego is going, oh, no, why would you want that? Why would you want to go through something like that? Why don't you just go find a soulmate and it'll be so much easier for you? And all of that is bullshit. It's complete bullshit. Let's call it as it is. It's bullshit. That's not how this journey works. It is not. Okay? And you never go from a twin flame, a direct twin flame, to a soulmate. Okay? I'm going to talk about that in a minute, which is known as the false twin. And I know you guys probably have heard about that and have been wondering about it, so I'm going to talk about that. But what I'm trying to say is that regular psychics and mediums who can be very gifted, but they're not on the journey, they many times are regurgitating information, or they're going by the tragic endings that have happened with this twin flame journey back in the day. Okay, which is not what this age is about. This age is about the divine stepping in, intervening, and allowing twins to come together in union, having this happen, because this union is there not only just for having the love between the beloveds, but it's there to bring that out to the earth, to be able to bring a service to humanity, bring their love, which equals more than the sum of their parts, bring that out to humanity, to transform humanity. So there is no, well, maybe. I mean, I've had a psychic tell me that, oh, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. What? What does that mean? You mean after going through all of that, okay? I could be here a long time telling you about what I went through on my journey already. I'll probably write a book at some point. But after going through all of that, you're going to tell me it's a maybe? No way. No way, and it's certainly not what I've received from my spiritual team whatsoever, or Archangel Michael, who's a part of my spiritual team. Again, that's bullshit. There is no maybe. If you signed up to do this journey, meaning that before you incarnated, that you had made that promise to Mother Goddess and Father God, and you decided on your mission, what you were going to do with your twin, what the purpose was, then you're here to do it. You're here to do it. So even if you were to rear off course with your free will, the divine will is going to come in and push you back onto the path. Somehow, some way, you are going to receive signs and synchronicities and experiences that are going to put you back on the path. So again, watch who you're getting readings from, and know that nobody can take that truth away from you. That truth is within. All that information, everything that you want to know about your journey is within. It really, really is. So you are just seeking just revalidation for everything. Okay, even the things that are going on with your beloved that you cannot see, many of you are picking up on it. You're connected. You're one. You share the same energy. You share the same heart space. Okay, so you're picking up on their emotions. You're picking up on what's going on in their space. Even if you're not seeing it and no one's telling you about it, you're getting the information. So it's really about trusting that. So work on that. Work on that. But be very careful about who you have read this connection. The false twin. Okay. I can't even tell you how many people I have that ask me about this. And I have went through this myself. I have. So I don't claim, and I never will, to be a twin flame expert or anything like that. I'm not an expert. Not whatsoever. Everything that I give is from my own experiences and from what I've channeled from my team. So, but what I can tell you is that the false twin flame is fake news. Is fake news. Okay, and it has a negative spin to it too. You're false and you're no good. You tricked me. You're not my real twin. And all of a sudden now I don't know who's the real twin. Who is it? And that happens sometimes to someone who's new on this journey. And I have gone through that. And I will say this, okay? There is nothing false about a person that you're experiencing that's very intense, and you're feeling the emotions, and all of that. There's nothing false about that. What it is that many times when we're on this journey, people will experience what's known as a twin flame soulmate. We can call it that, according to Archangel Michael. You can call it a twin flame soulmate. You can call it a near twin, if you like. Okay, a near twin is a good way of wording it, actually. So, and I'll explain this as simply as I can because I don't want to get into complexities here with soul groupings. But you have a soul group, right? You know, you can picture it like a pizza pie. I've mentioned this in the other video. And all these slices. And we have a whole bunch of soulmates, okay, that's in our group. This group was originally one pie, or one wholeness, okay? And so the levels of connection, depending on where those souls are located within the group when they're split, that tells you everything, okay? And the very last split of opposite parts or complements would be the twin flames, or the direct twin flames, you could call it, okay? The direct pairing, you can call it that. That's that complete, you know, you have the feminine, you have the masculine, you complement each other, that's the yin and yang. But you also can have a soulmate, and that's what it really is, a soulmate who is close to where that split was, okay, which they're near to your twin flames position. And so they have that ability to make you feel a lot of the same things that your direct twin flame would have you feel, okay? So there can often be a confusion there if someone else shows up and lo and behold, you're having that experience again. So wait a minute. Now I don't know who my twin flame is. What? And what it is that soulmate is there to help out the twin flames. Truly as a helper. It wasn't in my case. In teaching you about the connection and opening you up to the connection, opening you up spiritually, getting you to know about the twin flame dynamic in order to prepare you for when you're going to meet your direct pairing. Okay? And it's a beautiful thing, and I want you to understand that it's all love. And the thing is, though, with the twin flame soulmate or the near twin, they are not going to take you through all of those stages of transformation that the direct twin would. They're not. Nor are they able to merge with you on every level like the direct twin is able to. Okay, so the twin flame who is direct or direct pairing, that is the pairing that is really, really needed in the end. Okay, so if psychics have told you, oh, your twin flame's preparing you for a soulmate, huh? No, it is the opposite. Your soulmate, which is a little bit lesser of a intensity of a connection, is preparing you for the ultimate intensity and ultimate spiritual union of the direct twin flame. Hopefully, didn't lose you. So, but I want you to understand, though, to not get caught up. My advice is don't get caught up in the comparisons of who's better or who's not as good or anything like that. No, take it back to the entire picture, is that it's all love. It's all love. So your near twin or your soulmate, your twin flame soulmate, would have love for your direct twin, okay? And vice versa. There's all love there, and it's all working, all the souls working for the highest good. All the rest of the souls in your soul group would want to see you succeed with your direct twin flame and be able to merge all the way, all the levels, and bring that to humanity, to bring that third energy. That only a direct twin can bring. Because twin flames, the direct pairing, equals more than the sum of its parts. And that's something that the soulmate would not be able to give to the planet. And that third energy is very, very powerful with transmuting the earth. So it's needed. So I just wanted to clarify that if there's any of you out there watching this right now and you are confused as to who your twin flame is, that to understand, go back to this, that you may want to just ask your spiritual team if you were dealing with a soulmate or a near twin. Okay? There is no false twin. There's nothing false about it. It's just, it's not your direct pairing. So I wanted to clear that up. I think that's pretty much really what I wanted to bring forth about this, about validation, because I didn't want to make this video too long, because there's so many things that we could talk about, but I know that these topics are definitely topics that come up for those who are new to the journey. And again, it all comes back truthfully to you being able to trust what you're receiving. Yes, trust what you're receiving, okay? Whether it's the inner validation, which is always going to be number one, no matter what, okay? The validation is always here. It's always in your heart center. So even if someone told you this is not your twin, it's not going to you can only feel the truth in here. The truth is in your heart center, what you feel. That's the truth, The ego likes to, mess things up. But if someone's telling you it's not your twin and you're still really feeling it and still going through all these transformations and the higher self connection and the dreams and all these things, bullshit. It's hogwash. You know the truth because you feel the truth. So trust what you're getting, okay? And when you are seeking information, you're seeking validation that way, and if you're not feeling it, then it's not for you, okay? And guarantee as you go forth on this journey and you go through the learning and opening yourself up and connecting with your team and evolving and trusting your abilities and those downloads that you get, that information being available to you consciously. When you go through that, you'll just know what the truth is, and you won't even need to be desperate about trying to get it validated, because you'll have that. You won't be in that desperation mode. Is it helpful to seek revalidation sometimes on your journey? Sure, it definitely is. It definitely is. Sometimes, it's very, very helpful. Okay, and when you're seeking that from another twin flame with abilities, you're getting that type of reading, you're getting that type of channeling, which is tailored to you. It's tailored to you, okay? And that's what I recommend. So I just want to make sure that you understand I'm not putting down psychics and mediums who are not twin flames. Not what I'm doing. There's brilliant people out there, really gifted people. But when it comes to the twin flame journey, I always recommend to go to a twin flame with abilities for a reading. It's just going to save you a lot of time and a lot of confusion and a lot of heartbreak. If psychic tells you that it's not your twin and it's a false twin and it's imagination and maybe it'll happen and maybe it won't, and you're getting all of this incorrect information and many times ego opinion. Okay? You are the truth. The truth, everything that you need is already inside. I know that might sound a little crazy to you, but for those who don't get it yet, but it's true. The truth really is in there. You have access to it to tap into that. That's where it is. And so I always say, go back to your heart. What is your heart telling you? What are you feeling in there? If it keeps going, the feelings keep going, there's messages in there, there's truth in there for you to pay attention to. So definitely pay attention. I'm going to keep it at that, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And if you are new, welcome to the journey. And if you have heard from other sources that this is a horrific, chaotic journey not worth doing, please disregard that, because it's a beautiful journey. Is it challenging for something this beautiful and this grand, this life-changing? Of course, you're achieving self-mastery and ascending. There ain't nothing simple about that. But for those who are not on that journey, they just don't view it that way. So I am wishing you the best blessings, the brightest blessings, and stick with it. And any kind of comments, that are positive, you're definitely welcome to leave them below. You can connect with me. All my information I'm going to leave in the description, theparanormalpriestess.com. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm going to leave that in the description. And if you are guided to get a revalidation from me for your journey, I am here for you. I will check if we are a vibrational match, if you feel like you are receiving lower being interferences on your journey and it's something that is really not allowing you to move forward, then I will, check in with my team too about that, and you can connect with me on my contact page regarding that, and I'll see if I can help you out. I've been doing plenty of clearing works. It's been coming up lately. I've been doing clearing work and been contacted about it, and I have to say that it has been helping a lot of people out in their space, so this might be something that's meant for you as well. From the heart of the darkness is born the light. Take care, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.